Hi, I'm Josh Cohn with Cohn Creative and Carroll Magazine. And I've got John Gallen with us, who is our business manager. And he is the numbers guy here at the company. And we thought we talked earlier, and John had some really good ideas on how to manage through this process personally.
Yeah, some of the things that people don't realize is that the feds, over the last couple of weeks, have pumped a lot of money into the economy. And the way they do that is through the banks and the lending institutions. So money is very, very cheap. And because of the situation that the country's in by shutting everything down, is that what they need to do is you need to call your lender, especially your mortgage companies and your credit card companies, and see what programs they have. For instance, most of the mortgage companies are allowing you 90 days without making a mortgage payment, without penalizing you, and just putting your mortgage on the back end. So you have 3 more payments, you still have to make them, but it's not going to be a penalty. So that frees that large sum of money up for most people. Also do it with the auto loans. Most of the companies that have the auto loans are doing 60 days or 90 days, along with the mortgage companies. A lot of the credit card companies are allowing you to forgive your payments for the next 90 days, but you're still paying the interest. So one of the things that I sat down with my wife and we looked at is, yeah, we'll need to take advantage of it, but the little bit of extra money that we have, we're going to pay down our credit card company because they're charging us 18 to 24% interest. So we're going to pay a couple of our credit cards off. So that way we at least get relief that way. Besides the money that the federal government's going to send us. Individually it's probably $1,200, but we don't know for sure. On the other side of it, if you look at it from a business perspective, most companies are able to borrow on their line of credit, and the banks are doing the same thing with the businesses in certain aspects. But the biggest thing is with your suppliers and with your customers. Your customers might not have the money to pay you right now, or they'll pay you a portion of it. And what we've tried to do is communicate with our customers and work out individual arrangements because they're all different. Some companies are partially open. Some companies are totally shut down. But on the companies that are still operating, we're working out arrangements to finance a new project. A lot of people are looking at doing things on the web right now. So we're doing that, and we're working with the people to have a payment plan when we can.
So, mortgages can range anywhere from $1,000 a month to $3,000 a month, depending on the size of your house. And if you have an income, let's say you have a personal income of $3,000 a month, and they put you on part time, that's $1,500 a month. But if this $1,200 a month plan comes through from the government, that's almost bringing them back to where they were for that month.
That's correct, for that month.
But I believe it's just for 1 month, right?
It's only for 1 month. They said they would look at it depending on how long the rest of the country's shut down.
So if you go in and ask for extensions, you're doing yourself a favor. It's the right business move because you can bank some of that $1,200 for the next month too, in case it goes that long.
That's correct. Or be able to bank the $1,200 in your savings account, because most people have less than $1,000 in their savings account.
Well, I mean, you need it for food. So a typical family, I know my family, and we're not big eaters, but it costs us about $1,000 a month for food for 4 people, $250 a week. Now
Right.
that might seem high to some people. I'm sure we could do it for less, but that's just a typical cost. So that will help out tremendously.
Yes, it will.
So there's one other thing I want you to talk about is how to talk to the providers, the people, so that, don't yell at them.
This is a program, in most cases, And I've used each one of these, and I've done it personally. And when you talk to the individual on the other end of the phone, they're either having a family member go through the same thing. They understand what you're going through or requesting, and they're giving you the information, and they're working with you. You're their customer. They don't want to see you go into bankruptcy. They don't want you to stop paying them altogether. They want to work with you. But try to understand that they're under a lot of pressure because they're probably handling 10 times the amount of calls that they normally do. And they're trying to keep a positive face on it, like all of us are in this circumstance.
I have to tell you, I went to the grocery store this morning, and it's the first time I've been there where there was actually bread. And I picked up some bread, and I went to go get some chips, and there was a lady down there sticking in the costs on the aisles, and who worked for Weiss at the time, and she looked up at me and kind of went, "Ugh, I'm exhausted." And I looked down at her and I said, "You know, I really appreciate you guys holding it together for us." And she was so happy to hear that. So I think that, you know, if you're in a circumstance at the grocery store, at the gas station, the loan guys, the mortgage guys, everybody that's here to help, I think if you know,
It's the please and thank you.
give them the honey instead of the anger.
That's correct. And it's been very hard on a lot of people.
Yeah.
And we still have a little ways to go, and we've got to keep a little sense of humor. We've got to try to take as much pressure, because a lot of people are under a lot of pressure just staying at home.
Yeah.
And
So we're going to get through this.
And if we can work together, and if you're only able to pay 10% of a bill, it's the gesture of trying to get partial payment to anybody, whether it's a supplier or an individual company.
I think that's good advice. So we'll see you next time on the next Marketing Tidbit.
See ya.